In our last session, I read a letter from a man who had just learned that his 15-year-old daughter had been having sex, despite their very clear agreement that she would wait until age 18. And he was pretty mad about it. In fact, he had just confined her to her room for the rest of her life. I suggested that instead of being angry, he might try to understand what was happening. His daughter's behavior was a reaction to her emptiness. Without enough real love in her life, sex was a very attractive source of praise, power, and pleasure. So now back to the writer of the letter, the father. So I've told you at least a couple of reasons why your anger would only make things worse, a lot worse. So what can you do? You don't have to give up your standards. If you believe she should wait until she's 18 to have sex, that's your right to believe as a parent. And you have the right to teach that. But the key here is to teach this principle, not to beat her with it. So you sit with her and first you tell her that you were wrong to be angry at her. Explain to her that what she has always needed most from you was real love, unconditional love. You need to learn enough about that, either by reading or watching the Essentials of Real Love DVDs or whatever, so you can explain what real love is to her. Then admit to her that you have not given her enough real love in her life. Your present anger at her pretty much proves that. Explain to her that the only reason that she has needed to have sex was that she's been empty, that she's been feeling unloved, and that sex has made her feel better. Admit to her that you have been the primary cause of her emptiness, and that you're not going to make things worse now by getting angry at her. Now, it's all right to tell her that you still believe that she should wait until she's 18 before she has sex again, but you need to tell her this in the way of a concerned, loving father, not as an irritated, betrayed father. Tell her that you only want her to feel unconditionally loved, and that having sex early interferes with that. You might read, for example, the section about sex in the book Real Love and Dating. That will help you with that explanation. Then you might tell her that you realize that keeping her in her room for the rest of her life probably won't help. So the two of you now have a lot of work to do. Teaching a child about real love is at least as important as everything they learn in school. And they spend 8 hours a day doing that. So I suggest that you set aside some time every day to lovingly share with her what you are learning about being a more loving parent. You might, for example, read the book Real Love and Parenting together. That can be a very powerful and loving experience. You need to learn everything that you can about real love and to share the love that you find with your daughter. That will be a lifelong effort, and it will be worth it.